We're gonna get into some extreme weather this morning and then also hit some terrible roads later in the afternoon. It's gonna be a full day of trucking from morning to night, so it's actually a long video, just to give you the heads up about that. Also, I will confess right here, the material for this video is about 2 months old, and I was skipping to the present, but then people were like, hey, wait a second, what continued on your trip out to Utah? So I am gonna post this video, and yes, you're right, there are hardly any leaves on trees. That's because, like I said, it's from April, so it's still a good ride, and you're gonna learn about a lot of stuff, so enjoy it. Welcome to the joy of trucking. Let's go.
Walmart next to us.
Oh.
With a Kenworth T680.
Oh.
It's funny, a company as big as Walmart, they have a variety of trucks. You think they just buy from one or two manufacturers like Crete, simplify their maintenance, right?
Well, monocrops are dangerous.
See that big box?
On the back there?
Yeah. There's another one over there and over there. A lot of trucks in this area. I keep seeing. You got this special trailer. It's like a lowboy. I guess that's the exit over there, right? And this big,
go Marge. Thank you.
a big steel box. There's one. Look at that one there. Just a big steel box on a lowboy. And a heavy hauler. They're all over this area. I've seen them all day yesterday, and now this parking lot tonight. And a whole bunch of them. So I said to the guy at the cash register, "What's with all these big boxes? Is that sand?" He says, "Yeah, those are sand boxes." What do they need all that sand for? Well, they do a lot of oil and gas in Pennsylvania, and they use the sand in the oil well. It takes up the space that the oil was occupying, so you don't have a big cavity. But also they pump the sand down in there, and it pushes the oil up.
Oh, that's interesting.
So if you think about how much sand is in that box, and what it costs to truck it across from wherever they get the sand.
Yeah, where are they getting it?
Yeah, but the expense of bringing that sand to the oil well and then pounding it into the ground just so they can get an equal amount of oil out. You know what I mean?
It doesn't really seem like that much in terms of volume.
Right,
One
so
box like that.
it makes you wonder what the return on investment is for hauling that sand all over the place. What the value of that oil is. Maybe they're supplementing it with liquid, like maybe they're pumping water down there too to occupy that space. Because he was saying, you know, like some places they use seawater. They just pump seawater down in the well, it goes to the bottom and the oil rises to the top, right?
Yeah.
Because they don't mix.
How about vinegar? Like oil and vinegar. Get it?
For salad, yes. That would work really good in your diesel engine.
Because the oil always rises to the top. Alright, hey. We're on I-70 heading
Drizzle.
west. Just catching a little bit of rain this morning. 60 degrees outside. And very dark because it's only 5:39 in the morning. Whoop, we can hardly see Kevin now. It's 87 miles to Columbus. We're on our way to Utah. And we'd like to welcome you to the joy of trucking. Turn off to Cleveland. really windy coming out of that curve.
Come out from under an underpass.
Yeah.
Tends to speed the wind up a little bit.
Right now. Wow, look at the glowing water across the surface of the road. Wow. Kevin,
Yeah.
handled that like the pro you are, man.
Thanks.
Wow. What speed were you going there?
We're down to 30 miles an hour.
Driving according to the conditions.
Yeah, I'd like to turn on the radio on.
Okay.
Winds gusting to 32, partly cloudy 67, winds gusting to 38, Parkersburg light rain 66, winds gusting to 35, in Charleston cloudy 67, winds gusting to 18. In Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh cloudy and 68 degrees, winds gusting to 36.
What station are you on to get
The
this
Weather
kind
Channel,
of...
Weather Band.
What is the number?
Winds gusting
4.
to 35. Once again, in Zanesville, 66 degrees under cloudy skies. For east, central, and southeast Ohio and northern West Virginia, including Zanesville, Cambridge, Coshocton, New Philadelphia, Marietta, Parkersburg, and surrounding areas. For today, showers and thunderstorms, mainly this morning. Some thunderstorms may be severe this morning. Warm with highs of the mid-60s. South winds 15 to 20 miles an hour, becoming southwest 10 to 15 miles an hour this afternoon. Gusts up to 40 miles an hour. Chance of rain 90%. For tonight, mostly cloudy. Scattered rain showers in the evening.
Yeah, you can find some. Flash.
Here we are coming through Columbus, Ohio, early in the morning. Look how pretty.
1.5 miles. Right to I-70 West.
With all those lights. Hey, we're so early that we're avoiding traffic. Plus it's Sunday. People aren't heading to work. How nice for us. Hey, if you're enjoying the video, or at least appreciating the video so far, please do give it a thumbs up. That really helps the algorithm. And also, if you decide to drive for Crete and our videos have been helpful to you, please be so kind and give them our referral code SLOKEV, SLOKEV. We would be very, very grateful. And stick around, because Kevin will also talk about how the route solutions and the fuel solutions work at Crete. That'll be later in the video. That's a really wide, fat white stripe, huh?
Can't miss it. That's a low roof.
Yeah.
Nearly the 3 right lanes.
missing.
Downtown, it was a construction zone, so there was a lot of zigzagging, lane weaving, pylons, and Jersey barriers, and fat stripes, no passing zones, and interchange of several different highways all at once. You had to keep watching that you're in the right lane.
Look at the moon on the horizon, how beautiful. Wow, look at that very, very dark cloud up there. That's a little worrisome.
Now here is a hazardous weather outlook for southeast Indiana, northeast Kentucky, northern Kentucky, central Ohio, south central Ohio, and southwest Ohio. For today and tonight, please listen to NOAA Weather Radio or go to weather.gov. On the internet for more information about the following hazards: wind advisory, flood watch, and now the extended outlook for the period Monday through Saturday. There is a low probability for widespread hazardous weather. Spotter activation is not expected at this time. Here is the nearshore marine forecast for waters within 5 nautical miles of the south shore of Lake Erie. Small craft advisory in effect through this afternoon. Here is a special weather statement for the following counties in Ohio: Hardin and Logan. A strong thunderstorm will impact portions of central Logan and eastern Hardin counties through 8:15 a.m. At 7:33 a.m., a strong thunderstorm was located over West Liberty, moving northeast at 60 miles an hour. Pea-size hail. Source: impact. Hail may cause minor damage to vegetation. Locations impacted include New Jerusalem, Rush, Sylvania, Zanesfield, Ridgeway, Pfeiffer, Hepburn, Mount Victory, Metzer, Northwood, Bell Fountain, Big Springs, West Liberty, Kenton. Outdoors, consider seeking shelter inside a sturdy building. To report hazardous site at weather.gov/ILN and submit your report via social media when you can do so safely. Here is a special weather statement for the following counties in Ohio: Champaign and Clark. A strong thunderstorm will impact portions of eastern Champaign and central Clark County through 8:30 a.m. At 7:53 a.m., a strong thunderstorm was located over Springfield, moving northeast at 55 miles an hour. Hazard: winds gusts up to 35 miles an hour and pea-size hail. Source: radar indicated. Impact: gusty winds could knock down tree limbs and blow around unsecured objects. Hail may cause minor damage to vegetation. Locations impacted include Able, Mechanicsburg, Buck Creek State Park, North Lewisburg, Springfield Municipal Airport, Harmony, Woodstock, Tallahassee, Urbana, Northridge, Alpha, Mingo, Springfield, Albert Station, Kennard, Mutual, and New Moorefield. This includes activity in Ohio between mile markers 51 and 63. If outdoors, consider seeking shelter inside a sturdy building. To report hazardous weather conditions, go to our website at weather.gov.
We're at mile marker 57. We just passed the Warner Springfield
Central Ohio, South central Ohio, southwest
Terminal.
Ohio, and west central Ohio, and now extended out for the period Monday through Saturday. The probability for widespread hazardous weather is low. Station is not expected at this time. Now, the weather patterns affecting the southern Great Lakes and Ohio Valley region. Showers and a few thunderstorms will be possible today in the cold moves east across the Ohio Valley. High pressure and a dry but cooler air mass will then settle into the region for the start of the work week. Now here is the official National Weather Service forecast for the Miami Valley of Ohio. Today, likely with a chance of thunderstorms. Highs in the mid-50s. Temperatures falling into the upper 40s this afternoon. West wind. Tees. Northwest wind Monday night clear. Storms in the upper 30s. South winds 5 to 10 miles out with a chance of showers this afternoon. Breezy highs in the upper 50s. Chance of rain 30%. Wednesday night, showers likely.
So here on the weather radar, you can see the mess that we're trying to get through. So that was really stressful, but it seems like we are through the worst of it. Kevin, you did great.
Thanks, buddy.
That was stressful. Did you think that was stressful?
Yeah, that was some weather, wasn't it?
Yes.
Hey Garmin, save video.
Freightliner right next to Kenworth. Alright, so we got through the worst of it. Boy, that was stressful. Made me uncomfortable. Look at this.
Nice and thin
Cute.
little farmer.
Yeah, that's really cute. Anyway, I think according to the radar, I think we're through it all now. I would like that. And we'll talk to Kevin about a few important things in a little while. Like the Weather Channel and how he thinks about when to drive and when not to drive, the conditions, stuff like that. So I think there's a lot to it. It's important to stay safe, so we want to share with you the things that Kevin has learned over the years.
Be in the wrong lane.
Don't be in the wrong lane. Great Miami River. Oh, Miami. Wouldn't I like to be home in Florida right now? We get a lot of thunderstorms and lightning in Florida, especially in the summer. And apparently Florida is the lightning capital of the US. So, alright, well, if you want to go to Toledo, keep right and head north on 75. But we're heading towards Indianapolis on I-70 West. State troopers pushing that guy along the fast lane. Don't fall for it. Don't start speeding just because the trooper's pushing you. Uh-oh.
construction ahead.
I thought we were done with the rain. What's this now? My goodness. Oh, he's swerving. So, and we've been underway 3 hours.
Turn left on
Yes.
US 40.
We've done 175 miles.
Yes,
Because,
gone through 2 bad rainstorms.
yeah, that slowed us down a bit.
Yes.
We're hoping to make at least 600 miles today. So, fingers crossed. Let's see if we can do it.
Lots of fuel lanes open. Not many parking spaces. People are hungry, yeah.
Country Pride Restaurant. Welcome, professional drivers. Let's go. Off driving.
No messages.
Oh, what?
No
Oh,
messages.
no messages. Got me all excited there.
Looking at places to get fuel later today. So, and then I'm going to look for our next rest stop about 120 miles from here. See where that lies. There you go. On the other side of Indianapolis, there's a pilot at 126 miles. I don't see any rest. Oh, there's a rest area. Good. Rest area, 108 miles from here.
That's pretty close.
I-74. 2 hours.
So,
Well, we're going to go slow through Indianapolis, and then you're going to want to get out of the truck because that's going to be nerve-wracking.
it is a Sunday, so hopefully we won't be going too slowly through Indianapolis. Could you explain to viewers why you're looking for a fuel stop? Because Crete gives fuel solutions.
Yes, the fuel solutions they gave me for this trip, this load, are for a route going farther north, and I chose a slightly southerly route. So instead of I-80 across the country to Lincoln, Nebraska, I'm on I-70, and then after Indianapolis I will continue west toward Hannibal, Missouri, and then cross Missouri, or cross Iowa, Quincy, Iowa, and then cross Iowa, and then go to Lincoln. And it's the same distance. It's the same distance, but I won't be going through like near Chicago and through Cleveland and Toledo, and I'm missing a lot of cities, and I'm staying away from colder weather, so less chance of ice and snow on this route. And so because of that, I have to find my own fuel stop. So what I'll do is I'll when I start getting low, I'll pull into a truck stop and then send a message saying I need fuel, and then they'll tell me where to get fuel, either where I'm parked or very close by.
Okay.
So I'm not going on the prescribed route that they recommend. You know, I picked something I think will be a little safer and doesn't add miles to the trip at all.
So that's also possible?
That is
even though they
possible,
usually
yeah.
tell you which way to go?
Nobody's gonna get on my case and say, why aren't you taking the route that we chose for you or whatever, you know.
as long as your alternative is reasonable.
Yeah, if I was going off route and it involved a lot more miles or a lot more time, I would call them and say, I believe this is safer. And they would say, okay, that's your judgment. That's fine. But if it adds miles to the trip, sometimes they gotta clear that with the customer service rep or with billing or some, you know, there's accountants involved at that point.
Okay, so therefore the route and the fuel solution is not like 100% set in stone. They actually leave things up to the discretion of the driver as well, as long as they are smart decisions with good reasons.
Yes.
Thanks for explaining that. All right, we had a quick little rest stop, and now back onto I-70.
Continue on I-70.
Indiana State Line. Here we go. More to discover in Indiana. Like potholes? Yeah, this is gonna be a really rough ride. This stretch of I-70 across Indiana, in my opinion, is one of the absolute worst in the whole country. Let's see how many potholes we can discover. But first, I will give them kudos for all of this. Look at all these solar panels, wow. All right, Indianapolis, 71 miles. Let's see if maybe they've improved some sections of the road since we were last here.
You received a new message.
Oh, a new message. I think it's about weather. Yay, Kevin got a bypass. Oh, the way station is closed. Oh. So the message we got was actually, I guess, an automated message because they could tell that we had entered Indiana. The message warned us about the propensity towards giving speeding tickets here along the stretch of I-70. So pointing out that you should really stick to the speed limit because they like to give tickets here. So that's a nice thing to have pointed out. these patches. And I'll say we've been in a car between the Indianapolis terminal and Louisville when we went to the Mid-America Trucking Show. And in a car, you don't feel them so much. But in a truck, it's really, really bad. And I guess they just didn't consider trucks when they came up with this idea to just put these little patches in.
of snakes.
Hey, somebody didn't finish their spaghetti dinner. Alrighty.
Ready?
Ready, Freddy.
Are you coming there?
You're good, you're good, you're good. Look, Kevin got his veggies out. And he's gonna eat his greens today. Except that is chocolate.
Green chocolate.
And now we're in sleet. It's snowing on us. Wow. I was not expecting that today. Look at it building up over there. Oh, good thing Hula Girl is still tucked away. She would be so cold. And she would have hated the roads we've just been on for the last few hours. She might have broken her hips, like, you know, she might have broken her hips from all that shaking. Wow. Yeah, watch for ice on the bridge. Now we gotta take that kind of stuff very seriously. What do you think, Kevin?
I think it must be cold out there. I think we got ice buildup on the forward radar now.
Uh-oh.
I think tomorrow it's going to be a sunny day.
Okay.
Because I checked.
Except Tuesday, it's supposed to snow. We'll find out. It's snowing now, but not the kind that will stay on the ground, I don't think. You see, the Def has the little skirt on again because boy, oh boy, it's cold here. You're at the Road Ranger in Illinois somewhere, and it's refreshing outside. Historic District, and here,
Where he's from.
Mississippi. That's not Mississippi. Yes, as Kevin was saying, Hannibal, Missouri is the hometown of Mark Twain. Down there, that's where it is. We have unfortunately not had the opportunity to stop there and have a visit. Someday. And mile zero is where we stay. Missouri welcomes you. I'm so glad the sun is out. Mark Twain Boyhood Home and Museum. There was a sign. Mark Twain's birthplace is out here in the park. Yeah. So he was born here, and then his boyhood home was in town. Hmm? 655 miles. 34 minutes left on the drive clock, and an hour and 50 minutes left on the 14 hour. And it's almost 5 o'clock. We lost an hour because we came to... Are we in Central Time? Have we?
We're on Central Time, yes.
Yeah, so we lost an hour. It's almost 5 o'clock. So, this is what it looks like when you come early enough. There's parking spots available. How nice. And that's why Kevin likes to get up really early and get on the road. I understand, but I do not enjoy. And now we got a nice spot here against the grass. Oh. Hmm?
That's where we stop.
Okay.
You have 2 hours.
500 and what? 55?
Huh?
How many miles did you say there?
I thought it was over 600.
650? 655.
655.
And we could only drive another half an hour, which wouldn't get us anywhere. 22 hours left. After our pre-trip tomorrow, we can drive another 1,300 miles. We only have 1146 to go. So we'll get to Salt Lake City with an hour to spare. Let's look at that. Here's the magic book.
Yeah, look at the magic book. Yes?
Well, so this morning, look at how bright and sunny it is. Beautiful day here, right?
Yeah.
50 degrees, sunshine, little breeze out of the northwest. This morning we got into Ohio and got hit with a couple of bad squalls, rain squalls. So bad you couldn't see 50 feet in front of the truck, so we slowed way down. The one squall hit just as we entered a construction zone. Trucks had to be in the left lane. There were orange pylons and Jersey barriers lining the road. So even though visibility was short, it was real easy to stay on the highway because you had all this flashy, bright stuff all around you, you know what I mean? And there was a truck right in front of us, so we just slowed down and followed him. So we got through that pretty good. And the thing you gotta think about when you get a really intense rainfall like that, a squall. The thing I learned on my boat was when you get a downpour like that, it creates huge gusts of wind because all that water, all that volume coming down pushes the air out. So as you come into a heavy rain like that, you'll hit a lot of headwinds, and then during the squall, you notice the rain was blowing sideways. So we had quite a bit of wind gusts during the squalls, and you got to be careful. If you're not loaded very heavy or empty, the wind can knock you over. So a truck loaded with 20,000 pounds of cargo or less can be knocked over by a 45-mile crosswind. So you got to keep that in mind. Yeah, so a really good resource is a really good resource for checking on the weather.
Is that Canadian?
Resource?
Resource?
Yes, a resource. A really good resource, or resource.
Resource.
If you're doing it again, it's a resource. Is the weather band, and the trucks, the Freightliners and the Kenworths I've driven have the weather band channel. If you go to your radios, they both have the same radio, don't they? Yeah. So you go to the radio and you're flipping through the bands. You got AM, you got FM, you got auxiliary if you plug something in, and then there's WB, the weather band, and there's like 6 different stations. You flip through the stations and you'll get one that's broadcasting in your area near you. And it's current weather, it's weather for the day, it's weather for the surrounding area, and it's weather for the whole week. So that it's just a repeating broadcast that goes on and on. So we checked in with that when we saw that we were coming into some bad weather features, and it tells you a lot of stuff. And it also has warnings, like if there's tornadoes or really high winds, bad storm coming or something like that, you really need to tune into that weather channel on your truck radio a lot. It's another good resource for checking on the atmospheric conditions. So when I was doing my trip planning, I checked the weather for the whole route, and I was aware that there were some squalls coming through. But in the moment, I was able to go on that weather channel on the truck radio and check the local conditions pretty quickly. So we're really grateful to NOAA for that weather channel and all the vital information it gives us, keeping us truckers safe.
Thanks for joining us today on this full day of trucking. We hope you liked the video. We started off in some extreme weather and then learned about the weather channel and also how the route and fuel solution works at Crete, and then over that terrible stretch of I-70 in Indiana and a nice trip through Columbus, Ohio, Indianapolis, and finishing out here early enough to get a good spot and in sunshine. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Put your comments and questions below. How do you deal with this kind of extreme weather like we had in the morning? How do you deal with those potholes and ridges on I-70? And also, if you drive for Crete, how do you deal with the route solution and the fuel solution? And with that, hey, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you down the road. With love from Kevin and Tanya. Bye.